So the first thing to know about this system is it is not properly a video stream. It's photo sent over ESP NOW to a receiver. Let's speak about the hardware. We can use 3 or 4 devices. Two ESP32 Cam. Mine are new model HW818. This model include directly micro USB to program it and to supply it. But of course, you can use classic AI thinker style ESP32 Cam. Any more of these two ESP32, we need minimum another device, which will be a classic Wi-Fi access point or client. On the client, that can also be the Wi-Fi access point, I repeat this, we will be able to see the photo sent and the force of the signal. So as access point, you can use a computer, for example, or a smartphone, and you can watch the result directly on a web browser in each one of them. Or you can, for example, use a smartphone as access point and connect your laptop on a smartphone. The camera and the receiver are exactly the same hardware. It is ESP32 Cam HW818. And I choose this hardware for both because on this board there is IPX connector that allow to use external antenna. As you can see, the antenna are standard stick. We can say it is very simple omnidirectional. I do not expect very good result for this antenna because it's probably 2 or 3 dBi, but it's not enclosed and it's replaceable. The approximate range of classic Wi-Fi with this antenna and my smartphone, it's approximately 110 meters. Now let's speak about how it works. We must separate two kinds of connection that can use the same hardware but which aren't compatible: Wi-Fi and ESP NOW. First, it means that your computer and smartphone can use Wi-Fi but not ESP NOW because it's only between two ESP. Second, Wi-Fi is very fast but have quite short range. And ESP NOW is slower but has longer range. There is also an ESP NOW LR mode, and LR stands for low rate, and this low rate also gives long range, but we won't use it. And now let's switch on the receiver. When the receiver starts, it connects to the access point. It will allow to see the web server in a web browser. And for this reason, when it connects to the access point, the receiver will use the same Wi-Fi channel than the access point. Then it waits data from the camera, and of course it waits this data on the same Wi-Fi channel than the access point. Now let's switch on the camera. Before I start the camera, you can see that the web page updates, and you already see now in the browser a picture that was previously taken. And now let's switch on the camera. It don't connect to the Wi-Fi IP but need to be in range to get the right channel to set up correctly ESP NOW before to transmit to the receiver. Then it starts to transmit the taken photo at the receiver as often as possible. It's around 4 seconds for QVGA picture size. I will put this spray. As you understood, this is ESP NOW connection between the two ESP and classic Wi-Fi between receiver, access point and client. And client can be the same as access point, the same device. So let's test the system, because most of people will be interested mainly by the result. Everything is ready. I put a kind of small wind indicator that should help us to see the difference between each photo. I'm not perfectly sure it will work, but okay. But we will use mainly the signal force. And now let's take distance. So we are now at 200 meters. I don't know if I'm able to show you where is the camera. Maybe you see at the center of the picture now, but it's not easy. Okay. So as result, we have signal force of 50%, and we see that the picture updates, so we still have connection. So next, take more distance again. We are now at exactly at 320 meters. So let's see result. So we have signal of 30%, 26, and the picture update, so 28% now. So we are now at 400 meters. Previously we was near the trees you see here. And let's see result. %28% signal again. 25. Will it update? Oh yes, you see it move. 23. As you guys can see, I had to abandon the car to take a few more distance. We are not exactly 500 meters, but 497. And we have still 25%. Maybe because it's not in the car, reception is better. Still in the field. I took any more distance, and we are few more than 600 meters. Not far from losing line of sight. %. 11. You see picture move, so we still have reception. I must confess that I'm very surprised. I expected around 300 meters, but it's 600. If you see in the middle of the picture, ground which is already worked, the camera, it's near this place, on the top of the hill, in the edge of this worked place, and just before, in your direction, before, this is small wheat. Okay, I go back because anyway we will lose line of sight. So as conclusion, we can say it's surprisingly possible to get very good range with small stick antennas. I expect few more than 300 meters, and we reach 600. It's very big surprise. Of course, it's possible to do better. Maybe you already saw this or read about this. One guy from Germany, probably, the nickname is Jaja, he make with between two ESP32, he reached a distance of 10 kilometers in classic Wi-Fi, not ESP NOW. I wanted to do similar system, but it was more complex than what we can thought. We arrived to the camera, and for this reason, I decided to use ESP NOW. What to say? Probably with good equipment, because of course here we use simple stick antenna. I didn't even try my small panel antenna, but it's probably possible to reach not so difficultly the kilometer, and with a very good high gain antenna like Jaja used in this video, probably it's possible to get similar results. I didn't expect this.